Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alan Collins, and I'm announcing that I am running for president of the United States. My issue is student loans. So let me back up. I am the first political activist in the United States on the issue of student loans. I wrote the first book to be critical of the student loan program in this country. I also wrote the petition. Hopefully you signed it, change.org/cancel student loans. This was the petition that ignited the entire national debate around student loan cancellation. So I've lived and breathed student loans, ladies and gentlemen, and let me tell you, we've got an election coming up. In exactly 10 months from today, we're going to be electing a president. And all things being equal, folks, we're looking at a Trump or a Biden or maybe a Biden supplicant or something. But suffice it to say, dudes, either one of those parties and the candidates representing those parties, they are going to screw us. Now, I'm sorry to have to report to you that both the Democrats and the Republicans have betrayed and abandoned student loan borrowers. We are looking at a very dismal and bleak future where the powers that be, the two parties, call it the uniparty, call it whatever you want, are going to perpetuate the most catastrophically predatory and unconstitutional and unconscionable lending scam that this country has ever seen. Well, I'm not doing it. And I hope you agree that we've got to up the game. And, I've been doing this for many years, ladies and gentlemen. And the only thing that I can think of to do that will actually solve this problem is what I'm doing here. Oh, now you can see me. Perfect. So I'm running for president as an independent, as a write-in candidate. The first thing I will do is cancel all federally owned student loans by executive order. The second thing I will do is return standard bankruptcy protections to all student loans, including private student loans, etc. Loans that can't be canceled by executive order. I will also replace and repeal the federal student loan program. The federal student loan program is going away on my watch. We'll replace it with something that makes sense, that's rational and rationally priced. And finally, I will hold the colleges financially accountable. And that means the colleges having to reimburse the federal government for whatever they may be short when the loans are canceled. Quite frankly, the government should be breaking about even. So it won't be huge, but I think most people agree the colleges need to be held accountable. So the main point that you need to understand is that we can actually win this. I wouldn't be running this race if I didn't think that we could win. There are 53 million student loan borrowers in the country. Most of them, over 40 million, are losing sleep over their loans. They will never be able to repay their student loans. That's, in a normal election year, that's nearly enough to elect a president outright. In a race with 3, maybe 4 candidates, and with RFK running, I think we're likely to see at least 3 candidates, and with me would be 4. 40 million votes is enough to win the election, ladies and gentlemen. So there's a very real possibility that we could be in the running for this. I think most people agree that both parties have abandoned and betrayed us. And so I think we have a shot, guys, and I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't. Obviously, I'll be addressing other issues in my campaign. So I'll be talking a lot about taxing the wealthy, taxing the snot out of the wealthy, as a matter of fact. The wealthiest 1% have had a free ride in this country for the past 4 decades. I'm talking about tax rates on par with what we saw post-World War II. I'll also be talking about cutting government spending. I will be tackling immigration, and maybe I should say, my campaign agenda is going to be a hybrid of both liberal and conservative principles. I'll be drawing the best from the Republicans, the best from the Democrats. I'll be very strong on China, for example. I'll be very strong on foreign trade. Um, and I don't want to give away too much, but I'll just say, this hasn't been talked about nearly enough with regards to China, but China owes us like $5 to $10 trillion for the pandemic. And we need to account for that. There needs to be a balancing there. Maybe it will be in debt cancellation. In other words, they tear up the bonds that they hold of the United States. Maybe it will be in trade or tariffs, but I think that needs to be addressed. So I will be saying something meaningful, very meaningful on healthcare, something very, very meaningful on internet censorship, surveillance, data gathering, and I'll have something on AI. I'm going to be getting very deep into the AI debate and see if I can get my arms around it. But suffice it to say that the meat of our campaign starts with student loans. That is our base. That's what I will be focusing on initially. I'll be avoiding many of the sort of divisive cultural issues. I think, and I hope that you agree with me, that there is a class of issues out there that the wealthy elite have been shoving down our throats again and again and again, only to divide us and only to perpetuate the status quo. The rich don't care which way many cultural issues, which way those debates go. The rich don't care. As long as we're talking about that rather than talking about taxing them, they're happy. So I'm going to be avoiding a lot of issues, and you'll see in the weeks and months to come how that works out. So we're going to need volunteers, guys. We're going to need your help. If you forget everything that I say tonight, please remember this. It is critically important that everyone with student loans in this country knows about this campaign. And that's only going to happen when you tell them. We cannot count on the media, guys. I live and breathe and work with the media for many years. I've been featured on 60 Minutes and every news channel you can imagine. I can tell you that we cannot count on the media. They are controlled by the oligarchs, the uniparty, whatever you want to call it. They are either going to ignore or they are going to viciously attack this campaign. So word of mouth is the strongest weapon that we have, and we've got to use it, guys. So please, just make sure that everybody with student loans gets a hold of our website, collinsforpresident.com. And beyond that, I would say if you could donate to the campaign, it would be fantastically helpful. The stronger a start that we can get in the beginning, the further we'll go. And whether or not you think I have a shot, I know that I do have a shot. But remember, guys, this is about pressure. We could theoretically have the student loan problem solved before the election. And wouldn't that be nice? I can tell you this, guys, if we don't fight and if we don't fight hard, it could be a very dismal path going forward. I know a lot of you people out there, a lot of our members, et cetera, they're very depressed. They're anxious. It's hard to see a shining path forward with the loans turned back on and the political climate that we find ourselves in now today. We don't have to put up with that nonsense, guys. There's a real fight with real hope here, and it's with this campaign. So don't do nothing. Don't let the bad guys win. The bad guys want you depressed and frustrated and angry. Don't give them the pleasure. Help us fight. And I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the results, but it starts with you. It always has. So I'm very optimistic. I hope you are too. And in closing, I will only say, we can do this, ladies and gentlemen. Help us get it done. So good luck. Godspeed spreading the word about this. Make this video go viral. I know I screwed up the first part. But that's okay. Make this thing go viral. People need to see this. God bless. And God bless America. Good night.